The same business conversation can work perfectly in one country and feel completely wrong in another. And today, I had to remind myself of that. Hi, I'm Alexis Onestas, the book strategist. Welcome to Book Strategist Daily. Every day, I share one lesson from building OmaxBooks internationally. Let's build. Today was actually a quiet day. I rest this morning, I didn't have 10 meetings, and I didn't attend a conference. I didn't make some huge business move, but I did some things important. I finally wrote the first proposal email for a potential new transition and cultural adaptation client. And this is actually a new situation for me. With OmaxBooks, translation has been at the center of what we do for years. We take African American books and bring them to French-speaking readers. So I know translation. I know cultural adaptation. I know what it takes to make a story travel from one market to another without losing its meaning. But there is a difference. Until now, we were doing this primarily for the books we publish, and I never really positioned that expertise as a service for an external client. Suddenly, I wasn't only an editor negotiating right or publishing the books, I was becoming a service provider. And that's why the simple question: how do I sell this properly? Especially to an American client, because I know how to negotiate in France, but this potential client is American, and those are not automatically the same conversations. In my experience in France, conversations around price can sometimes be more indirect. You build the relationships, you explain the project, you discuss the scope, and money can come later. In the United States, I've experienced conversations that become much more direct, much faster. What's the scope? What's the budget? What are we delivering? What's happened next? And I realized something's very simple. I didn't know exactly how to approach it. And that's okay. Because when I don't know some things, I research. I ask friends who understand the American market. I ask questions. I use Claude. I use ChatGPT. I compare different approaches. Not to let AI make the decision for me, but to understand the environment before make the decision myself. And I think there are 3 useful rules here for anyone trying to do business internationally. First, don't confuse your habits with universal business rules. What feels professional to you may simply be what you learn in your own market. Second, research the culture before you negotiate inside it. Ask people who understand the market. Study how companies communicate. Understand what is considered direct, vague, aggressive, and completely normal. And third, when you don't know, don't pretend you know. Research, ask, learn, then decide. That may sound obvious, but entrepreneurship constantly puts you in situations where you're competent enough to recognize your opportunity, but inexperienced in some part of executing it. And that's exactly where I am with OmaxBooks today. Years of publishing translate books created an expertise. Now we're discovering that the expertise could become a services. And becoming the book strategist, for me, also means documenting this transition. Not pretending I already know how every part works. Learning how to turn knowledge into expertise, expertise into a service, and a service into a business. Because international business isn't only about speaking another language, it's about understanding another context. Translation taught me this with book. Now business is teaching me the same lesson with negotiation. Sometimes the words can be perfectly translated and the conversation can be still completely wrong. So here's my question for you. What part of your next opportunity do you need to learn instead of pretending you already know? If this episode was useful, follow Book Strategist Daily, leave a 5-star rating, and share it with someone building something new. You can find me on X, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram, Alexis Onestas. I'm not documenting success, I'm documenting the process. You're listening to Book Strategist Daily. Follow the journey. I will see you tomorrow.